Hi, this is Admin for Admins 2. You've hopefully seen number 1. So here we are, we're going to go back to the Admin tab, and this is the splash screen again. We've looked at the users. We can go to Manage Guides now to see all the guides that have been created. There's only one so far because this is a fresh install. But with this guide, we can check out the metadata by clicking that and modify it, and also delete it. We can view the live guide. We can here do a link checker. So it can take a while if you've got a whole bunch, but let's just try it for fun. We wait. Oh, look at that. We've got a problem because in fact I added a link to SubjectsPlus.com, which is not a real thing. So I could send a report of this bad link to the admin, which is me, or I could send it to all the guide owners, which is also me in this case. But we're not going to deal with this. So that's the link checker anyway. We can also see all the guides by a given person. If we were to do Joe Blow, well, there are none for him or her. We can see all the active guides. General is the only active one. And if you tick the guides, you can do some kind of global changes. But let's go back to the admin splash page. So you can also add and change departments. So here we have only one department now. Let's add a new one, which we're going to call cat wrangling, or library cat wrangling. Why not? I include just as a SOP to the cat-loving librarians out there. And there it is. It's by default put in the top position. We can move it down. Oops, that didn't work. There we are. We can move it down so it's alphabetical. We can change it. Because we don't need the library, it's redundant. We could also delete it if we decide that's a silly department, but it's not a silly department, so we won't change it. And now let's go back to the admin. And if we were to go to, say, Joe Blow, you'll see now there's actually a couple of departments to choose from, so that has worked. There's also source types. There's a whole bunch that were put in by default. These are ones that Ithaca College uses. I could add a new source type of guitars, which I guess I've used before. Again, it'll be put at the top. You could drag it around, or in this case we will delete it, and we'll save our changes, and that works in the same principle as the last one. The last thing that we're going to look at here are the FAQ collections. This is for, with the FAQ tab, you can set up a collection to sort your FAQs, and it basically becomes a tag people can add to it. So I don't know, you could have library very FAQs or building FAQs or what have you. So let's see. We don't have any yet, but let's add a new collection. Why not? And we'll make it building FAQs. And it works the same as the other ones. So you could add a bunch of collections, then people would be able to tag the FAQs that way. The last thing I'll just mention is that within this admin there is a kind of search. We don't have much, but if I start typing Blow, hopefully, no, it's not going to work. Well, there we are. We have Joe Blow. And again, it'll take us into the record for this person. So that's it for the admin. So I'm going to stop here. Thank you very much.